Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today. Click on the store locator and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are gold for energy. Send it.
Incoming!
Put the money in the bag, man. Help me!
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No! Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit! Go! God!
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Hollaway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, everybody. Bringing you the realest, fakest news from the week. We are live at the First Form headquarters here in St. Louis. My God, D'Anthony, what a building here.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
dope.
How many square feet is this? My guess was 150,000 for this building.
I don't know.
but-
We'll have to ask Andy. He'll be on the show tomorrow. So
Yeah, this is an
We'll ask him.
absolute dream here. Yes, I blasted out 225 today. You're welcome, Delco. Got 5 of those. Got a shake afterwards. I feel great. But also when you're walking around and you see 1,000 people working out, you're almost forced to feel great in a place like this. They've got a barber shop in here. They got shakes. They got a full court basketball hoop in here. They got wall-to-wall TVs. I saw the Braves. Somebody did a home run for the Braves. It's so loud, too, that you don't need earpods or anything like that.
no, they keep it. They keep it tight.
It's incredible. I didn't know the thing about the weights either. The weights had to line up to the holes as well. Did you know that?
Everything's got to be dress right. Dress. As we say,
Yes. So it is flawless in here. I've heard the rumors. We've heard the stories. We have never been here before. And I can honestly tell you this facility is the most beautiful I've ever been to. And I was telling Delco earlier as we were taking a tour of this place, this is the dream, man. But as Ryan was telling us, and Andy was chatting us about it before the show, which is 20 years in the making, which I didn't know either.
Yeah. It started out as S2 Supplement Superstore, which is a big supplement store around the state here. But
now it's evolved into this.
Yeah, it's huge, yeah.
My God, it's impressive. It's amazing. Obviously, though, we got fake news. It doesn't matter where we are. Show goes on, kids. Show goes on. Brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Promo code Drinkin' Bros gets you $35 off for Father's Day at omahasteaks.com. And obviously firstform.com/Drinkin' Bros. Free shipping on orders over $75. Top story of the week. Elon versus Trump. This is not going away. Elon Musk and President Donald Trump's feud about the big, beautiful bill continued on Thursday when the tech billionaire responded to the president's criticism in a post on X. Without me, Trump would have lost the election, Dems would control the House, and Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. Musk wrote in a post responding to Trump's remarks about him. While speaking with reporters in the Oval Office, Trump said that he was very disappointed by Musk's vocal criticisms of the bill. The president claimed that Musk knew what was in the bill and had no problem with it until the EV incentives had to be cut. Now, he said, I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anyone else sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it, and he had no problem with it, Trump said. All of a sudden, he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we were going to have to cut the EV mandate. First of all, don't believe it.
No, of course not. That's nonsense.
Yeah, don't believe it whatsoever.
So Elon responded and said, the bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it, which is also true. We saw Marjorie Taylor Greene comment after voting yes, which is its own problem, right?
Yes.
But saying that she didn't even have time. It's 1,161 pages, I believe.
The actual bill is?
So, and the full bill was released like a day, just like it always is, a day prior. And, look, you're talking about two dudes with a lot of ego, with followings of their own. And I don't know where this is going to go, to be honest.
I'd say what, man, because all of this is happening right now, and all of it's happening so quickly. Mike Johnson said, I called Elon Musk last night. He didn't answer. Apparently, Congress is in full panic mode after Elon announced yesterday that there would be retribution for betraying the American public.
As well, there should be.
Yes.
Like, we voted for something very specific. If you look at on the list of major campaign promises that were made by the Trump administration, one was immigration, doing a great job there. Mm-hmm. Can't complain about that.
No.
2 was cost and inflation. That's doing pretty well. And then number 3 on that list was this shit right here.
Yes.
Was cutting government spending, not taxes specifically, but cutting spending and reducing the debt. And they're increasing it. It's unacceptable. I mean, I like Trump as much as anybody else. But
by the way, like, I have zero problem with what Elon Musk is saying and what he's doing right now. The thing with the EV thing, as far as Trump is concerned in this quote, I actually don't believe it. I really don't. Elon was the first guy who gave out all the patents for, 27 patents for EV cars and everything else. And he just put them up on the internet for free. And he said, here, go with God. Here's what we've created and everything else. I don't think he gives a shit about this cutting of the spending for EV. I mean, look, they're going to do some work with SpaceX and everything else.
Yeah.
This seems like a nice out for Trump right here.
I mean, I don't
believe it.
He has no competitors.
No.
And like Tesla doesn't have any legitimate competitors in the EV space. And people are going to keep buying them because they're cool. And it's technology, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that people like that stuff. It's just going to happen. So one of the other things that Trump said was, I would have won Pennsylvania regardless of Elon. I'm very disappointed with Elon. He knew this bill better than anyone, blah, blah, blah. And then Elon responded to that. Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House, and Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Maybe. I mean, maybe. Right?
I actually believe Elon on this one. And here's why. He put over $250 million, I believe, of his own money in the Trump campaign. And you ran the numbers yesterday as far as how much money would take to flip these seats or primary these guys. You're sitting right at that exact number that you said yesterday. So, yeah, I believe Elon bailed him out and was the big donor that he was missing. In the past, it was Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel said, I want to sit out this election. He didn't give any money.
Yeah.
$250 million really, really helps a fucking election. I don't care who's running. So, yeah, I actually believe Elon on this.
Well, there's another theory.
Which?
It's the good cop, bad cop theory.
Okay.
And it is that this is 2 smart guys doing their thing. Elon gets to distance his business from Trump while still promoting Doge. And Trump gets some new external pressure on Congress to cut more spending.
Before the big beautiful bill actually goes through.
Yeah, like I don't know if I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but these are two pretty smart fellas, so who knows, right?
Well, look, Trump's got experience in the WWE. You've always got your heels and your good guys and all that other stuff. I hope that's the case.
It's possible Triple H wrote this whole thing.
I hope so. He was just there a few weeks ago, by the way. I don't know
the
if
White
you saw
House?
him. Yeah. Yeah, he was at the White House.
Well, his mother-in-law was getting... Yeah, I saw. His mother-in-law was getting, not inaugurated. What do you call it?
Oh, for the Department of Education?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
For Linda
sworn
McMahon.
in. Yeah, sworn in.
But if you're going to tell me they didn't have any conversations, I doubt it. And as I sit here and look at this, forgive me, again, blasting out workouts all morning long, trying to just trying to catch my breath here. Look, Tim Kennedy's here. I also had to show him how to work out for a little bit. But with all of this, I certainly hope this is the case. I want to see this bill changed. I think everybody else does too. In regards to Marjorie Taylor Greene, look, we've had her in the show. You and I have met her in real life several times. She's not as dumb as she seems or what the media makes her out to be, but that's still a terrible look to say that I signed a bill that I didn't read. Lie about it if you didn't read it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And say an aide did it or somebody else.
I don't think anybody read it.
I don't either.
Like, literally, I don't think anybody read it except for the nefarious actors who wrote it.
Yeah.
Especially that AI part. And now you're seeing there's a lot of right-wing accounts out there chirping about, and it's probably mostly bots, to be honest. It's hard to tell, again, dead internet theory, but they're chirping about, well, what's going to happen to the United States if we allow California and New York to regulate AI the same way that they've been regulating car emissions and shit like that? Like, yeah, that's a decent point. That's a decent point. We live in a system of government called federalism, however, where the Constitution demands that those rights be returned to the states. I don't give a fuck what the outcome is. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't like the outcome of something. If you don't like the outcome of this thing and you're willing to abandon everything we actually believe in, right? Like, the smart move would be to cut California and New York out of the process, end all federal funding. Mm-hmm. That's how you do it. You pressure them. You don't uproot the fucking basic core principle of the Constitution because you're upset with how the other side is using it. That's moronic. That's how you end up in a despotic regime. You cannot do that.
Yeah, and if you're Elon, and I said this the other day, and I'll repeat it again, he blew up his businesses for the sake of the country. He has every right to be pissed, in my opinion. And go on a tirade. Trump took a fucking bullet for us. Hopefully these guys can come together and figure this out. And maybe this scares the shit out of Congress.
I honestly, I mean...
Maybe this was all just a test balloon.
I kind of feel like there might be something going on behind the scenes to fuck with Congress. But it wouldn't shock me to find out 2-6 years from now, something like that Elon and Trump did all this on purpose. That wouldn't shock me at all. Would it shock you?
No.
That these two guys specifically hatched a plan to force Congress into doing stuff? I mean, whether it's even if it wasn't a smart idea to do it, you can see both of these guys doing it.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Elon just literally right now responded to Trump's quotes about the EV mandate. Elon Musk says, false. This bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in the dead of the night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. Which is true. Also, Elon's not a government employee. He's not an elected official. So I don't think who would give him the bill to read in the first place. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Now, is it available around DC? I would imagine so. I would imagine a bunch of staffers and aides and all that stuff for reading it. But right now, you've got some huge decisions to make, and hopefully, it involves reworking this bill. Getting this fucking ridiculous spending out of it, I just don't see Congress coming together to do it.
No, I mean, the other alternative is to completely shut the government down, which I also support.
Which would be great, but yeah, I mean, what's the deadline looking like here for this bill to even pass?
I don't know. I think September would be the end state because that's when the new fiscal year. That's when the fiscal year ends, right?
Okay. Another thing that was trending last night, and I wanted to ask you about it, was Massey poll for president in 2028.
I mean, I like both of those guys. They would win 15 to 18%, and it would all come from the right, and a Democrat will win the presidency. It's Ross Perot.
Yes, I agree.
Sorry, not that I would be against it. If they ran and had the popular support of the Republicans, I would vote for both of those guys, 100%.
And then,
or I mean, for me, I would prefer Mike Lee and Thomas Massie.
Okay,
to be honest, but either way, yeah, it just we've done that twice in the 90s. It's the only reason Bill Clinton was ever president. He never would have beaten H.W. Bush ever.
No.
Like not even close, by the way.
Yeah,
I think in that first election, didn't Ross Perot win like 22%?
Yeah, he set the record for.
Or is it 18%? Maybe I don't remember what it was, but that would have
17.
There's no way that Clinton ever would have won.
No. And I'm looking at Thomas Massie here. So Thomas Massie, as of 48 minutes ago, said some politicians get in politics to enrich themselves. Maybe that's why they can't imagine someone would judge a bill based on what's good for the country instead of what's good for their wallets. And then he wanted to remind everybody, don't forget the article from December that shows that Elon wasn't in it for the EV tax credits. Musk's quote to Forbes was, Musk calls for ending EV tax credits for everybody. We should get rid of all tax credits, including my own company.
Yeah.
So he's been on the record saying this. So I don't believe that's why, again, I don't believe that story out of Trump. And hopefully there is a bigger conspiracy going on behind the scenes where this is all a setup and this is some type of WWE shit. If not, Republicans are kind of fucked right now.
Yeah. I mean, not as badly as the Democrats are, but it's getting close.
No, but I mean, that's where we're at. D'Anthony, we got some sponsors to put this shit wagon on the air. First and foremost, our title sponsor, OmahaSteaks.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros gets you $35 off for Father's Day. Let's face it. If there's one thing dads wants for Father's Day, they want steak. Dads want steak. Yes, that's all they want is steak. All right? My dream for Father's Day is to sit on the couch, watch some golf. Who's playing that week, Delco? Who's on Father's Day? Do we know? U.S. Open. U.S. Open. Even better. Dude, couch, steak, nap, all good to go, dude. With my family, that's all I need in this life, and I'm good here, especially with the steaks from OmahaSteaks.com. Filet mignon. Fan favorites, full disclosure, I have probably 8 of those a week. Usually eat 2 a night. I'm a creature of habits, and I'll have those usually Monday through Thursday. Over the weekend, like the smash burgers, love the hot dogs. A lot of people don't realize that they got more than just steaks. They do. Peruse their entire website, my man. They got everything across the board. They got seafood. They've even got desserts. My wife loves the apple tarts. And it's hard to argue with her. You pop them on the grill as well, and they taste just as good. So shop OmahaSteaks.com and give Dad the legendary Heartland quality he deserves. Plus, our listeners get that extra $35 off with the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout. Omaha Steaks has been America's original butcher since 1917, a family-owned company with over 100 years of expertise in the meat industry. They also carry mouth-watering burgers, chicken, pork, seafood, desserts, and easy-to-prepare comfort food. They've also got this unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. Good luck finding that with another high-quality food company. It doesn't exist. This Father's Day, give Dad the world's best steak experience with Omaha Steaks. Visit OmahaSteaks.com for a guaranteed perfect gift that delivers legendary quality. And for an extra $35 off, use the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout. That's OmahaSteaks.com. An extra $35 off with the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout. See their site for details. D'Anthony, I can't believe what I'm reading right now. Can you confirm this from Elon Musk here about Epstein? Is that real or is this fake? I got a lot on this show.
The tweet is real. I mean, he tweeted it.
Positive?
That's
looking at a frame thing?
No, I'm looking at the tweet. It was 57 minutes ago.
Okay. Time. I'm going to go ahead and read it to the audience here. Time to drop the really big bomb. At Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein Files. This is the reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT! Exclamation mark is what he said. That's sick. Holy shit. I love it. I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. If you're on it, you're on it, man. I also have said this in the past, and I'll reiterate it. When you run in these circles, Hollywood, politics, everything else, anything where you have to raise money to fund things, be it a campaign or a movie or whatever else, you're going to run into the richest people on earth. And a lot of times people just tap you on the shoulder and be like, hey, man, can you take a picture with this person? And you don't know who that dude is or whatever. You might know how much money he has, something like that. I don't understand the harm in it. Have you heard something else behind the scenes?
Well, we know Pam Bondi's got all the files because she said so. Mm-hmm. I think that's what she said. So either she lied about that or she didn't.
Okay.
And we know that they're pouring through it per her as well. And I believe Kash Patel made that statement as well. And Musk is saying that the reason that it hasn't come out is because Trump's name is on it. And that is also what I have heard. Yes.
Okay. I have heard the same thing. Obviously, we've seen the pictures. I'm not really shocked by it, and I don't really care. As I've said in the past, unless you flew down to the fucking islands and you knew what was going on down there, which, let's face it, everybody did, yeah, you're going to have pictures with some unsavory people from time to fucking time, especially when you run in these rich-ass circles. But who gives a shit? Come out and say what had happened and then drop the rest of the list.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that would be the case. So it begs the question, is there something more going on?
Maybe.
Or is it just a man with a huge ego, which is what Trump is, that doesn't want his reputation tarnished? I mean, that's just as believable to me. I just think it's a stupid decision.
I don't think it tarnishes your reputation if you're honest, not only with the American people in his case or your audience.
Well,
the
the debate isn't whether it would or wouldn't. It's whether he thinks it would or wouldn't.
Yeah, but I'll use myself as an example. The day that Diddy shit dropped, I went live on air. Then the first thing I said was, hey, dude, I was at a fucking white party. You might have seen pictures, and there might be pictures that exist out there. Did I get to go into the fucking house behind the house afterwards at 3:45 in the morning? No, I didn't. I wasn't famous enough. I wasn't famous enough and all that other shit. And at the time, you're angry about it, and then you're like, well, shit, now I'm grateful. But what's the harm in saying that you were at this thing or with this person? As long as you're confident that you didn't do anything, who gives a shit? That's why I had no problem saying anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard more, but I don't know what to share and what not to at this point, to be honest.
Well, there's some things that I've heard too, but I can't confirm it, so I'm not going to say it because I don't have an answer.
Yeah, I don't want to spread rumors,
Me
but
neither.
What I've heard is not like anything illegal or anything like that.
No.
It's something that you can imagine somebody being embarrassed about from their own perspective, but that nobody else would fucking care about, to be honest. That's my read on it. I don't know why it's being... I believe that the files are being held up specifically for that reason, because Trump's involved. Not involved in anything criminal, but because he's on it. That's why it's being held up. But I've heard this from people who would know. It's nothing that would make him necessarily look bad.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why this seems like a political mistake to me.
I agree. And then Musk just posted 2 minutes ago a video from Trump from March 24th. And this is President Trump talking about Elon Musk, saying, Elon has never asked me for a thing. I mean, I got rid of the EV mandate, but he's never asked me for anything. I think that he's an amazing attribute. Elon is a patriot. We want to thank him very much for the job that he's doing. This was March 24th. So clearly that contradicts the statement that he just made where he said he's pissed off about the EV mandate when he said, no, he wasn't.
And then Trump tweeted pretty recently, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. And then Elon quote tweeted it and said, in light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately.
Whoa. That's right now?
Yep.
On his account?
On Elon Musk, yeah.
Holy shit. Look, that's a guy we cannot afford to lose. There's no one even close. as far as space exploration right now in this country. Even NASA relies on him. So, I mean, I guess you could pump more money into NASA, but let's face it, their innovation over the last 30, 40 years hasn't been great anyways before Obama cut the funding for it. So this is the guy. I don't like any of that, to be honest with you.
I don't know if we even need to get into any of these other stories, to be honest. Elon's running a poll on his Twitter right now.
I just read that right now.
That's, is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% of the middle?
I voted yes, and so did 83% of the people who have voted. And by the way, the votes are up to 1.4 million on Twitter right now. So, yeah, I think everybody's starting to speak the same language here. I don't know how you even go about that at this point. I'm trying to think. Is there, besides Massey, is there an independent that's even in Congress or Senate right now?
Yeah, Rand Paul is more or less independent. There are people. There's a lot of people that are more center right, center left than you would think. They just don't have any juice. Mike Lee is one of them. He's a senator from Utah. Jake Auchincloss from Massachusetts, of all places, former Army guy. He's kind of a center left guy. Friends with some buddies of mine. They're out there, yeah. And you're talking about the richest guy in the world.
Of all time.
Yeah.
The richest guy ever in the history of Earth.
And to be honest, if I'm Elon right now, I'm reaching out to Bloomberg. Right?
Yeah.
That's who I would be talking to.
About trying to form this
Yeah.
party? God, the problem with Bloomberg is, and I lived there, and I liked him when he was mayor of New York, and I've said this in the past. However, when he got in the primary, he's terrible on stage.
That's not what you need him for.
I know.
You need him for the media piece, and you need him for the money.
I agree, but I don't even know where you would begin here.
And I'd probably roll Bezos into that as well.
Yeah,
because these are people that want to advance America and make money, which is what the fuck I want to do.
Yes,
I want to advance America and make money. That's what I want to do. And I think I could find common ground with most people who think that way. To be honest.
100%. Well, look, we've said this on the show for years. We're probably only separated on both sides by 2 or 3 issues.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got the extreme left and you got the extreme right. But most people with common sense, there's a 2 to 3 issue difference, and that's about it. The guy who's got to be real pissed off right now, because this is more breaking news, somebody who loves himself potentially more than Elon and Trump, is Aaron Rodgers, who just signed with the Steelers.
Oh, well.
So
he's going to not even make the news tonight.
He is invisible right now.
So Ian Miles Chung, who think whatever you want about him, but he says, President versus Elon, who wins? My money's on Elon. Trump should be impeached, and J.D. Vance should replace him. And Elon quote tweeted it and said yes.
Huh.
So this is starting to look a bit like a public coup almost, right? You've got the most
trying to get what you want. This is the way to do it.
You've got the most powerful man in the world and the richest man in the world battling. It's like a fucking cartoon. That's what this is like a superhero movie or
this
some
is
shit.
Fucking insane, isn't it?
We live in the weirdest timeline. You could never write this.
No.
Ever.
No. And again, I'll go back to what I said about Elon. Like, you need him for space exploration and everything else.
Yeah,
we're trying to do
for
in
the stuff
future.
we were talking about just the other day about mining, space mining and stuff like that.
Literally just talked about this.
It's critical. We're not going to be able to advance any of our AI stuff without it. Just the way it is.
Has Marjorie Taylor Greene gotten involved in this at all? I mean, this is
most
all going on live.
I think most people
ridiculous.
are just kind of sitting around the campfire right now. If I'm a politician, I don't say shit right now because you don't know how this is going to go.
You don't, but she will. I guarantee you she will, or somebody will. Let's see, 37 minutes ago. Yep, sure enough, here we go. There is a way to stop the fighting and save America. Create the American Sovereign Wealth Fund. It would wipe out our debts and make Social Security solvent and ultimately create revenue to help all Americans. It's time.
Okay, who said that?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Okay, great. Is she just watching our show and saying what I say now?
Apparently. This is literally word for word what you said probably 2 years ago on this show. Let's see. Oh, she's not stopping either. Here's our next one. Just to be clear, I voted for Donald Trump on November 4th, 2024. Not anyone else. I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump's agenda. I voted for him in 2016. I voted for him in 2020. And when the Democrats stole the election, I organized the objection in Congress. I organized it, and we followed through on January 6, 2021. Then, after everyone in Washington abandoned him, I declared him our president no matter what. Then I campaigned for him for the next 4 years and traveled the country, spending hundreds of thousands of my own money.
It sounds like she's
helping him win in 2024.
Establishing her bona fides to say something about Trump that's not positive at the end.
We'll find out. And this is all live, so this is fucking nuts. Let's see. I've been on this battlefield for years, and I have the painful battle scars to prove it. I have more death threats than any other member of Congress. I've been sued, lied about, and persecuted on a daily basis for years. I was even kicked off my congressional committees. I rode the highs and I've rode the lows. I've watched people come and go. I've watched many crawl and beg their way back in. I've put blood, sweat, and tears, and I bleed America first. My vote and my support is just as equal to anyone's, and so is every single American who voted for Donald Trump and donated even $1 or not even a penny because they don't have it to spare. America voted for Donald Trump, and he is our president. So that seems like a veiled tweet here saying, Elon, you're not the president. You don't make the fucking rules and decide what's going to happen in the world.
Yeah, that's fair. But the American people who did all that stuff that Marjorie Taylor Greene just said didn't vote for Donald Trump. They voted for the shit that he said he was going to do. Mm-hmm. Which is what Elon is saying. Am I right about that? I feel like I'm right about that.
And here's the other thing is like, I read an article earlier this morning when I woke up that it was somebody trying to trash Elon and the Doge guys who were coming in there making cuts. And they said in these buildings they had left, food and wrappers, and there was roaches and empty drinks.
Rappers like
Chingy. Somebody left Chingy in a
oh
building,
shit,
unintended, but. No, but candy wrappers, potato chips, bags and things like that.
So a bunch of autistic fucking nerds
who were actually working.
Made a mess.
Yep. Okay. Who were actually working, and they said that there was empty Adderall pills and bottles and all that other shit. Great.
You haven't said anything that sounds off yet.
No, and also that's what it takes to get that job done. So
have fun.
Go to
in Emeryville, California. It's right on the border of Oakland. There's a little place called Pixar, and they edit a lot of children's programming, cartoons mostly, cartoon movies.
I was just gonna say that.
And if you think that there's probably more Adderall in that building than anywhere on Earth.
There is. You go to any editor's room in Hollywood, yes, you'll find the same thing. Look, you work long hours. This is what you expect. You work short hours or nothing at all. You work from home. Sure, you can have a spotless office, okay? But yeah, I don't even give a shit about that. The fact that this is playing out, though, globally on one of the world's biggest social media platforms, if not the biggest. Last time I looked, Twitter was number one on iTunes. Now, granted, I have an iPhone, so I don't know what happens on Android.
Yeah.
But Twitter was the number one news app in the world.
As a news app for social media, nothing's bigger than Facebook, I don't think.
Meta? Okay. Yeah.
Meta as a whole, but I think just Facebook has like 3 billion people.
But as far as engagement is concerned.
Oh, my God, the Braves lost that game.
Yeah, they did. It was on when I was working out over there.
Jesus
Dude.
Christ.
Yeah. What a fucking day. My God, man. It's almost like you want to sit around and just watch this back and forth all day.
Except for we got dinner to get to. So
it's not that. I mean, we've got life to get to here, and I have a feeling this isn't going to stop. Here we go. 4 minutes ago. A.G. Hamilton, 29, whoever the fuck that is. The relationship between Trump and Epstein is well established. Trump flew on Epstein's plane at least 7 times, though it is not clear he ever went to the island. Here's what Trump said about Epstein from a 2002 New York Times Magazine profile. Epstein likes to tell people that he's a loner, a man who's never touched alcohol or drugs, and one whose nightlife is far from energetic. And yet, if you talk to Donald Trump, a different Epstein emerges. I've known Jeff for 15 years, terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with, and he even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side, no doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys that type of social life here. My God. Ian Miles Chung, 10 minutes ago from Elon here. President versus Elon, who wins?
Yeah,
My money is on Elon.
That's what I just quoted.
Yeah. So do you believe in that? Who would your money be on right now?
My money would be on Democrats winning that fight.
Mine's not, actually.
The only real power that anybody had right now, everybody's just bloviating on social media or doing their hearings in the Congress or the Senate and talking shit to each other, but nothing ever really happens. The opportunity for something to happen was that such a large, disparate coalition was put together, and it had the world's most powerful man and the world's richest man working together. Now, that's fractured. They've been divided, and they've been conquered. Not by the left, by themselves, by the way. Like, this all happened because of a couple of people. Just a couple of little wrinkles in the fabric caused all this. Sergio Gore hating Elon Musk, this guy that works at the White House, hating Elon Musk and deciding that he was going to blow up the Jared Isaacman thing, pissed off Elon. He just posted about Isaacman 5 minutes ago, by the way.
Okay.
After he quote tweeted Trump's glowing review of Isaacman from just back in December. That's what caused all this, in my opinion. Just reading the tea leaves, Elon got really butthurt about that, and he stopped keeping his mouth shut about stupid shit that he was seeing. He's like, oh, you're going to wait for me? Like, the moment Elon walked out the door, Sergio Gore pulled this bullshit because he was afraid of Elon, I guess.
Yeah.
Had this pulled from Isaacman, and now this is the result of it. And look, it's petulant on Elon's part as well, to be fair, but that's the way it is.
Yeah.
One little unelected bureaucrat who shouldn't have any power or be anywhere close to it, who's not even a fucking American, to be fair. He's from Malta or some shit. And his parents moved here when he was a kid. What this turd threw a fucking pebble into the pond, and that we're seeing it play out. The richest man in the world and the most powerful man in the world, because of one dipshit nobody's ever heard of, are now tearing this country apart. That's how it goes.
I unfortunately,
this is our fucking Ferdinand getting assassinated.
Unfortunately, I think this needed to happen. Otherwise, I think the big beautiful bill passes, and as you've said many times, and so have I, it fucks our country. Elon just retweeted a guy named Adrian Dittman who said, the world's greatest fiction writers could not have conceived a timeline like this. 100% agree. Holy shit, dude. This is wild that this is going down here. And look, I'm on the side of what's best for America. So whatever happens, happens, in my opinion. That bill is definitely not great for America.
No, it's not. And I mean, honestly, I think the government gets shut down after this. I don't know how it continues. Like, they have until September, so there's a lot of time before the fiscal year runs out. I just don't know how they get anything done in this environment.
I don't either. This is wild.
And by the way, what I said earlier about this being maybe being some game between Elon and Trump, I don't think that's true anymore.
Okay.
With him talking shit about the Epstein Files, that seems like a bit much.
Well, to be fair here, we had no idea this was going down today. So, this is wild. Obviously, we have sponsors that do put us on the air. Firstform.com/Drinkin Bros. We are live from their headquarters, and we can tell you that we got to interview Andy Frisella this morning. That's a banger of a show that will be out tomorrow. My God, dude. He lived up to the hype. You guys have asked for him to be on the show for, the last 10 years here. We're finally able to sit down with him. I know, Dan, you've been on his show 3 times in the past. Yeah. And he's a very busy man. You've had to fly here to actually do the show.
Yeah, he's been on Citizen a couple times.
Yeah, he's fantastic. And if there's a better organization in America, I don't know what it is. I've been to a lot of cool places in my life. I've never been to a facility like this, man. Top to bottom, this is an absolute dream here at First Form. My God, man. If you have the opportunity to come up here, please do so, because this is it. This is the American dream up here. Not only that, they are launching their First Form energy drinks right here, all over the nation. They teamed up with Anheuser-Busch, which is right across the street from us over here. These are some of the best energy drinks in the world, the best supplements one can possibly have. Their First Form Protein bars are just incredible. The flavors from top to bottom are amazing, and everybody's got a different one. I have not had a bad flavor from those bars. Most of them have, 20 grams of protein in them, and their microfactors are incredible. Takes the guesswork out of vitamins. You got the big six in them. You got the antioxidants, the CoQ10s, the multivitamins, the fruits and veggies, and the EFAs. I don't even have the box next to me, and I'm able just to tell you that right now. So that way you're not buying a bunch of different bottles off of Amazon or whatever and then trying to pile them together. It just comes in a little pouch. There's 30 of them, one for every single day of the month. Pop them in your mouth and you're good to go. But look through the rest of their site, man. Their protein powder is amazing as well. Strawberry is my favorite personally. That strawberry smash is the new
it's really good.
Protein bar. My God, that's good. Huge, gigantic fan of this company all the way around. Go to firstform.com/Drinkin' Bros today, where you're going to get free shipping on orders over $75. That is First Form, spelled with a 1. That is 1STPHORM. Firstform.com/Drinkin' Bros. Next up, we'll talk about the Chinese terrorists here. 2 Chinese nationals have been charged with allegedly smuggling into the United States a fungus called, want to take a shot at that one?
Fusarium graminarium.
There you go. I would have been nowhere close on that. Which scientific literature classifies as a potential agro-terrorism weapon. This is similar to COVID, I would imagine.
No, this is it's blight. If you've seen the movie Interstellar,
yes,
at the beginning where all the crops are dead, that's what caused it.
Okay,
the blight.
They're actually re-releasing that for a limited time in theaters over the summer. By the way, is that why? Are they trying to prepare us for something?
Maybe. So these 2 Chinese people, I don't care what their names are.
Me neither.
Citizens of the PRC were allegedly receiving Chinese government funding for their research, some of it at the University of Michigan. The complaint also alleges that John's electronics contain information describing her membership in and loyalty to the CCP. It is further alleged that her boyfriend Liu, who also works at a Chinese university where he conducts research on the same pathogen that he first lied about, but then admitted to smuggling into the United States through the Detroit Metropolitan Airport so that he could conduct research on it at the lab at the University of Michigan where his girlfriend worked. Pam Bondi says, some bullshit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Thanks to the hard work of our excellent DOJ attorneys, this defendant, who clandestinely attempted to bring a destructive substance in the U.S., will face years behind bars. The FBI says it causes, quote, head blight, a disease of wheat, barley, maize, and rice, and is responsible for billions of dollars in economic losses worldwide each year. Again, if that sounds familiar, that is the thing that caused the outbreak in Interstellar.
Yeah.
That's what they're referring to. So China's trying to attack our food supply. But hey, at least we didn't turn the one man who can take us to space against us. You know? At least we didn't turn the one man who could save America from China against us.
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, because Elon does have Chinese relations over there. I mean, you know, they've been working on cars and batteries and all that other shit together over there, and none of this is great across the board. I realize we're on the road. Do we still have the Puya button here? No, you don't. I'll give it to the audience anyways. Puya! This story now seems like a blip compared to everything else that's going on.
Yeah, our entire food supply getting wiped out now feels like a blip.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I personally don't eat a whole lot of wheat, barley, maize, or rice. But everything I eat does.
Yeah.
That's all they eat, actually.
Yes.
So that's the downstream effect. If you're wondering what this would actually create, no animals live through this.
No, not at all.
So that obviously, I mean, we've got to stop letting China into this country at all. Why the fuck are Chinese citizens going to our universities and benefiting from our universities? and then going back to their own countries.
I don't know.
They're coming to our universities. They're getting internships. They're on work visas, H-1B visas, so they can work at these companies, steal our intellectual property, and take it back to fucking China. Why are we allowed? The travel ban should include China. Why the fuck are they allowed to come here?
And the other part of this is it's not like they're going to Arizona State.
Yeah, Michigan is like one of the top math schools in the country.
Yes. I mean, look, obviously I went to Ohio State, but I can tell you in the Big Ten, Michigan is probably the hardest school to get into. And you and I went there. I mean, there's a reason why it's all uggos up there is because it's a bunch of fucking smart kids, which is also what you want. It's a great school. And it's academically one of the very best in the nation. Why the fuck are we letting these people in at all? I heard about the travel ban, and we'll talk about that here in 5 or 10 minutes or so. But yes, China should be on this list at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are they not?
Maybe they will be after this. I don't know.
I don't understand it. But if Pam Bondi, if you're her, she was the one that dropped this story. She's not afraid of a goddamn camera. Has she met a camera that she doesn't like? Because she's on TV every fucking night here. Yeah. Why isn't this part of your list then?
I
Put China on the list.
Don't know.
Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Next up, the dumbest bitch alive. Former White House press secretary Jean-Luc Picard, as she's affectionately known on this show, or Karine Jean-Pierre, prominent fixture in the Democratic politics scene and the face of the Biden administration for, I think, all 4 years. Wasn't she the press secretary for all 4 years?
No, Jen Psaki.
Oh, Jen Psaki, that's right.
She had to circle back, though.
Yeah, she did. Circle back to that piece of shit show on MSNBC. Well, now Jean-Luc Picard is leaving the party and registering as an independent, according to a press release about her upcoming book. Jean-Pierre didn't come to her decision to be an independent lightly, said the release from the book's publisher, Hatchet. I know Hatchet. That's a pretty decent company. In her book, Independent, a look inside a broken White House outside the party lines, Jean-Pierre shares why Americans must step beyond party lines to embrace life as independents. The book is set to be released in October. What are the chances that we're doing this story today? Because that's what everybody else is essentially wanting to happen anyways.
Yeah. Yes.
Is this a grift or is this real?
This is definitely a grift. So she says, hold on. The description of her book jabs at the party's decisions during the summer of 2024, including, quote, the betrayal by the Democratic Party that led to Biden's decisions to drop out of the presidential race. Until January 20th, I was responsible for speaking on behalf of the President of the United States. At noon on that day, I became a private citizen who, like all Americans and many of our allies around the world, had to contend with what was to come the next day for our country. I determined the danger we face as a country requires freeing ourselves of boxes. Where was that when you because you were the White House spokesperson? Mm-hmm. You feel like it was your duty to lie to Americans. That's what you're saying. And then you're asking people to trust you that you're now making a principled move. Fuck you.
And she said it. I mean, she lied every single day in there. And not that most of them don't, for Christ's sakes, but she was at a whole new level of.
She's got no principles at all. Yeah, no principles. Just a grifter trying to sell books. And I guess the most interesting thing is what this says about the Democratic Party. I believe it's the most fractured I've ever seen them in my lifetime, and it's the most fractured I've ever seen Republicans in my lifetime.
I mean, after today, yeah.
So. We're in wild times right now. I'm sure the Dow is responding negatively to this. I know Tesla stock is it's like 15 points down right now.
It's 8% down last time I checked.
15.
15 now because of this.
Yeah.
Whew. Let's check this out actually, because I'm curious. Obviously, Bob's not here. It is closed, so let's see what it closed.
14.27.
It's down 1,400 points.
14 and a
Oh no, it's down 108 points today.
No, I'm talking about Tesla specifically. It's down 14 and a quarter.
Gotcha.
And the Dow's down what?
140 points. That's not bad.
How many percent?
Oof, Lululemon's down 20%. Jesus Christ. I know. I can tell you why on that one. Kylie's got her own shit coming out. But, yeah, look, this isn't bad. Let's see. Tesla, yeah, down 14% here. Yeah, I got a call. You know what's weird is I got a call again yesterday about a Cybertruck. And I personally love the goddamn car, but
yeah, I
don't know why Tesla would be down over news like this.
What's that?
Why would Tesla be down over news?
Because of Trump's definitely going to pull the EV tax credits now.
Yeah, but he was always going to do that.
Maybe. I mean, they were still in, but the
he said it in March.
Yeah, but the oil and gas tax credits are still in, but the EV ones aren't.
Okay.
So, I mean, maybe that's another reason Elon was butthurt. Who knows?
Who knows? Part of me wants to go buy that goddamn truck now because it's so cheap. I really love that fucking thing, dude. Like, for real. But all of this is become so wild, and everybody, it seems like, is saying the exact same thing. And we talked about this with Jake Tapper, who's also pushing another book about lying for Biden and everybody else. And now you have her, and now you have everything that's going on with Elon and Trump. If you go back and listen to every episode of our show, I felt we've called balls and strikes pretty fairly here across the board on this. So, like, I don't regret anything that's gone on or that I've said throughout this. I don't know what her story is. I mean, to have somebody that close to Biden magically flip to independent and write a fucking book about it, like, grift or not, you do that job, you're still set for life. Like, a book is not going to really set you for life here, especially for her. Now, a president, yes, Obama and Michelle and Biden, Trump, all those guys, you're looking at $30 million a piece for a book like that. For this, though, I'd say you're maybe looking at 5 to 6, which is great. Don't get me wrong, and like I don't want to seem like an asshole here for saying 5 to 6 million, but if you stretch that out over the jobs that she probably just now fucked up by saying she's going independent here, you could have made way more than 5 or 6 million over the course of your lifetime here.
Yeah,
because she's relatively young. So this is kind of stunning to me, to be honest with you. Grift or not, it's still shocking to come out and have something like this. The bigger question to me is whether or not she's actually going to say everything about the president that we thought. And is she going to admit that she lied?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if she admits anything that makes her criminally liable.
That's right. I didn't even take that into consideration because, yeah, she's lied so many times that
if Trump's going to push forward with this, this investigation into Biden's mental competency, is there going to be a point where she corroborates something on purpose or by accident? You know what I mean?
Anything is on the table right now. I mean, that's how fucking stunned I am. For the audio listeners, I do want to remind you we are live from First Form headquarters up here in St. Louis. So if you hear people in the background, there's probably 2,000 that have been in and out throughout the day, working out, hanging out, taking pictures on social media and everything else. If you're watching the video show either on YouTube or Spotify right now, you'll be able to see all the people that are coming in and out. And it's been a blast all day. There's a dog. Look at that. You even got a dog in here. That's nice. I feel like Delco has been distracted by every girl that's walked in here. I feel like every single one of these girls is exactly your type. Yeah. Good for you. That'll go to our next sponsor, MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with MyBookie.com. Tons of stuff to bet on. Did you guys bet on the Braves game today? Because Diamondbacks scored 7 in the 9th inning to stun the Braves today. Usually you take that Braves afternoon game and then kind of decide from there. Phillies down 8-0 in the 6th inning. I don't bet baseball. I know you guys do. I bet basketball, and I've been on fire with basketball this year. However, I'm struggling with tonight's game. Tonight is game 1 of the NBA Finals. This spread is fucking massive tonight. This is OKC minus 9.5 here. All right. I looked back on this too. I have not missed in the last 5 fake news shows here with my pick in the NBA. And this is going to be a heart pick here and a gut pick. I think the Thunder win. I think 9.5 is a lot of goddamn points, man. And I think Indiana is going to come out and play physical, and they've definitely got something to prove here. I think the shocking statistic that I'm looking at here is playoff average for the top 2 stars here. Halliburton for Indy, 18.6 a game, and SGA for the Thunder, 32.7 a fucking game during the playoffs. I mean, that is Jordan-esque numbers. I mean, it is because he's shooting fucking free throws and shit like that. Give me the Pacers and the points tonight. Any thought that you'll take the money line on the Pacers? I know you were talking about it on.
I'm taking it. Yeah.
You are? Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is their best opportunity to pick one off. Excuse me.
I agree. Man. I'll sprinkle it. Look in Drinkin' Bros Sports on Facebook. It's a private group. I put all my bets in there every single day, and including golf. Golf, we're in the lead today. Do you have Pendrith too? Smalley tied with Pendrith, so both of us are tied for first. So that's great. Yes, I'll sprinkle the money line with you, and then I will go Pacers plus that 9.5 there. I still just don't like this OKC team, man. It's just not fun for me to watch. I do enjoy watching the Pacers play. I just don't know if they have enough depth to keep up here.
Yeah.
This Oklahoma City team has been unstoppable, man. They're not fun to watch, in my opinion, but here we are. And then if you're a diehard football fan, hey, like I said, Rodgers just signed with Pittsburgh. The odds are up for the Steelers for the Super Bowl and every other team in the NFL right now. And I would imagine, I'm going to pop on over there right now to my bookie. I would imagine these odds just shot up for the Steelers because it's a really goddamn good team that was just missing a quarterback. Let's not forget, it's not just Rodgers. They also got DK Metcalf in the offseason. They had an incredible draft. They got Jack Sawyer back there for a steal with the rest of that defense who, in my opinion, could be the best in the NFL this year. Man, if you're a Steelers fan, there's a lot to be excited about because even if he goes down, Will Howard has had an incredible set of OTAs sessions here, and everybody's talking about him. And look, I loved him at Ohio State, and I told you he would win the title as soon as he signed there. So who knows? But let me pull up these odds here for the NFL because I would imagine the Super Bowl odds just shot up for the Steelers. Here we go. So Eagles are now at 670. Hey, those odds went up because of this. So if you're an Eagles fan, sure, now's the time to take it at 6.5 to 1.
Yeah, they were at 550 this morning.
They sure were. Ravens are at 7-1. Bills are at 7-1. KC is at 7.5 to 1. Lions, God, that's great. That's a great pick at 9.5 to 1 there. 49ers after that at 18 to 1. The Steelers are at 45 to 1 right now. Sprinkle it. I mean, that's shit. I'm gonna bet it now. Yeah, give me. They did. Give me 200 on it. I'll do it. Oh, they're not letting you do it. What's the max amount, my bookie? You fuck. 125. All right, I'll do the 125 max right now because the deal is not signed. So there's sources saying it is signed, but it is not officially signed. So there's the reason for you. I'm still gonna go ahead and bet that though. That's that max bet of 125, just to keep in the old kitty bank for me too. The little kitty bank back there. My daughter's got a kitty bank. She doesn't like the pigs. She likes the cats. Next up, again, mybookie.com, promo code DrinkinBros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Next up, we got the travel ban that we were talking about. President Donald Trump has signed a sweeping order blocking travel to the U.S. from nearly 20 countries identified as high risk for terrorism, visa abuse, and failure to share security information. The new travel restrictions announced under Executive Order 14161 apply to nationals from 12 countries, including Afghanistan, Iran, Somalia, Libya, and Yemen, all deemed very high risk due to terrorist activity. weak or hostile governments, and high visa overstay rates. 7 more countries, including Venezuela, Cuba, the tiny country of Laos, face partial restriction. President Donald Trump is fulfilling his promise to protect Americans from dangerous foreign actors that want to come to our country and cause us harm. White House Deputy Press Secretary Abigail Jackson said to Fox News Digital she called the restrictions common sense and targeted countries that have a lack of proper vetting. So, yeah, I agree with these. I would like to add China to that list as well, and potentially some countries in the Middle East.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
Except for Jordan,
Yep.
maybe, I guess. No, I don't want anybody from any of those other countries
I
here.
don't either. So I would go ahead and add those to the list as well.
Again,
here.
like I said before, we've got to stop letting China use our higher education system and internships and work visas to infiltrate our company on our dime, by the way. Mm-hmm. We're paying for it.
Yep.
On our dime so that they could come in here and bring bioweapons and steal our intellectual property. What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know. China should definitely be on this list. I don't know what the blowback would be as far as tariffs and everything else, but
Who cares?
didn't they already cancel students from?
Only from Harvard. It was all foreign students and only from Harvard, but it's
Only
not,
from Harvard?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's not gonna stand up.
Okay. You never know. We'll see. We'll see. The Minecraft judge will save for when we got photos of this because you got to see a photo of this fucking guy. And I'll get to the next story here, which is Biden's auto pen. Trump has announced that an investigation into Biden's use of auto pens for certain things will be investigated. Former President Joe Biden was adamant in a written statement that he, in fact, made the decisions and defended his use of an auto pen during his presidency, hours after President Trump ordered an investigation. Now, I didn't get a chance to read this story here today. Fill us in on it.
Yeah, so there was a written release by Biden, which is dubious, to be fair. He says, quote, "I made the decisions about the pardons, executive orders, legislation, and proclamations. Any suggestion that I didn't is ridiculous and false. This is nothing more than a distraction by Donald Trump and congressional Republicans who are working to push disastrous legislation that would cut essential programs like Medicaid and raise costs on American families, all to pay for tax breaks for the ultra wealthy and big corporations." It's just like a boilerplate Democrat response. There's no guarantee that he actually said it. Excuse me. But let's say you believe he actually wrote it. I have several MLM schemes that you might be interested in.
Sure.
You just send me $1,000,
That's it.
and then somehow there's question marks in the middle, and then you get rich.
Where do I send it?
Yeah, just Dan.
Oh, just Dan. All right.
Yeah, pretty much any Dan can receive it.
Okay, great.
Even Delco.
Yeah.
But this underscores the futility of this investigation, which I pointed out months ago when it first came up. All the Dems have to do is have Biden mumble that he signed everything or that he approved it, even though it was an auto pen, because presidents use auto pens.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not great, but it is the way it is. The letter will be backed up by some softball interview soon. Within the next couple of weeks, they're going to let this Elon stuff dominate the press for a bit first, obviously.
Every network is, by the way.
Sometime in the next week or two, Joe Biden will go on some friendly news network, do an interview, and say publicly, yes, I signed all that shit, or I approved it, and that is the end of the investigation. Like, there isn't going to be some legal hearing where a doctor says, oh, yeah, based on camera footage, not an actual examination from 2 years ago, he was retarded.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. It's a complete waste of time. I know a lot of you want retribution for the evil shit people like Hunter and Fauci did, but that's not going to happen, at least not this way. And if you're upset about the preemptive pardon and whether or not it's legal or not, the reason that it hasn't been challenged in court is because it's already well established, only once, but Jimmy Carter did it for everybody who dodged the draft in Vietnam. First day in office, blanket pardon for everybody who dodged a draft preemptively. It's established law. Nobody ever challenged it, so they're not going to challenge it now.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, as far as the auto pen is concerned, I guess my question is to you, who else has used it? Because I could see Reagan if it existed back then. Like, I don't even know how old the auto pen is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he was basically brain dead towards the end of his term as well.
The last year or so. But besides him, who else has actually used this auto pen?
Every president uses it.
Really?
Yeah, Trump used it too. There's evidence of him using it. I mean, it's just like if you have to sign a bunch of shit all in a row and you don't have time for it. The president works 18 hours a day already.
Look, Trump does it live on air, so you get to see it. And
Some
he's
of
just
them
signing 186 of those.
Some of them, but not all of them.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I was unaware about an auto pen until this was even brought up, and I was unaware that presidents use it. So presidents have to sign literally everything?
Anything that's passed in legislation, for sure, that
Okay.
becomes an actual law, and anything that is an executive order, yeah, 100%.
Gotcha. So EOs I knew about. I didn't know about the rest of the stuff. And maybe I should go back and watch that cartoon again, how a bill becomes a law.
Yeah. I mean, that isn't to say that he used it for a lot of stuff. I don't really know the amount, but in 2025, or in March of this year, rather, he stated that he employed the auto pen only for a very few unimportant papers. That's what he said. So he's used it before it's you.
Okay. Next up, ad-wise, we got AmericanFinancing.net/Drinkin Bros. AmericanFinancing.net/Drinkin Bros is for all you homeowners out there. All right? Look, prices for the last few years have sucked. A lot of us have had to reach for credit cards to pay for bills, gas, etc. It's not great. The interest rate is through the fucking roof, dude, on these credit cards, anywhere from 20 to 30%. And shit, if you got a house out there, you're taking equity out of your home, and what you're doing with it is paying it off at the home interest rate versus the credit card interest rate. Right now, that's right around 7. So that'll help knock out some of these credit card bills and eliminate debts. American Financing is a family-owned company. These guys have been around for 25 years. They got thousands of Google reviews that are all positive there, and we've used them a few times in the past on our own here. With AmericanFinancing.net/Drinkin Bros, all of their employees are salary-based. So there's no incentive for them to put you in a shitty loan that doesn't work for you. And most of their customers, on average, save about $800 a month. Do the math on that. It's about $9,600 a year. And that is simply those interest rates and the shift in those interest rates that is helping you do it. A lot of them you can close in as early as 10 days. Also, you might be able to delay up to 2 mortgage payments, creating even more savings. So if you're out there and you're looking for a better alternative to pay off your debts and pay down these credit cards, check out AmericanFinancing.net/Drinkin Bros. And Bob will always, even though he's not here, put the phone number down there. He'll put the link to the description down there, and everything else that is included there, including the phone number. I'll read it off. You can call today at 1-866-887-2275. That's 866-887-2275 or AmericanFinancing.net/Drinkin Bros. And then the business disclaimer on that is NMLS 182334. And you can check that out at nmlsconsumeraccess.org to let you know that everything's on the up and up over there out of those guys. Next up, we got former Rangers who rob current Rangers. Federal agents who executed a search warrant in Lacey, Washington, found 35 guns, including an MG-42 machine gun and short barrel rifles, grenade launchers, that's fun, explosives, body armor, and ballistic helmets surrounded by Nazi paraphernalia. That's according to Derek Sanders, the sheriff of Thurston County, Washington, which he stated on Thursday. Sanders wrote that the U.S. Army's Criminal Investigation Division contacted the sheriff's office for help executing the warrant, which stated was a result of a violent robbery and theft of military weaponry, armor, and which involved suspects who were actively involved in Nazi white nationalist efforts. An FBI SWAT team found the weapons, including multiple rifles that were staged at windows throughout the residence, per the sheriff. 2 suspects were apprehended and booked into Thurston County Jail on firearm-related offenses, with additional federal charges likely to be filed in the completion of the federal investigation, Sanders said. And he added that a superior court set bail at $500,000 for each defendant, despite requests to set bail at only $5,000. I saw these photos. I'm curious as to what you thought, because I have my own thoughts on this.
I think the very deep creases in the flags are suspects.
Yes.
Those look super new.
They look like it just came out of the fucking plastic.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like somebody who is a fan of a different team just bought the home team's jersey at the store and put it on. But the news isn't reporting this for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe they just don't know. But military folks are telling me that this was a former Ranger from 275, and one of his buddies. They broke into 275's medical area, and there was a medic in there, and they hit him in the head with a fucking hammer and then stole a bunch of shit.
Okay.
Yeah, which is very odd, but not.
Yes.
Yeah, so the medic was inside. He was hit in the head with a hammer, and they fled. And then when the FBI raided their place, because there was missing equipment, they found all this other shit.
Okay.
This all seems like a weird-ass psyop to me.
Sure does.
But the psyop could also be that there's 2 dummies who were influenced by foreign agents or by nefarious people here in the States and did some dumb shit. That's also possible, right? Who knows?
I don't know what to think of this story, man. I was with you. The first thing that stood out to me was the flag. It had deep creases in it. It looked brand new. There was 2 of them, like tacked into the walls side by side.
Yeah.
Looked like a last minute type of thing. It looked like it just came out of the plastic bag at a giveaway at the Braves game or something like that.
Yeah.
And whenever I see this white supremacist nationalist shit, it's really fucking hard for me to believe. If we have that one dude on the show, I never see this shit and it doesn't really exist to me. But it seems to pop up here, 4 or 5 times a year. Who's that group who marches together? It looks like feds.
Oh, the Patriot Front?
It seems as fake as that to me.
I think that's just a gay men's club.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it might be. But when I see shit like this, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you were a diehard Nazi, chances are you would have had those flags a long time ago, and they wouldn't look so new. All the other shit, it's like, how do you steal the perfect amount of weapons for those photos too?
Yeah.
Like if I was staging this for a Hollywood production, it would look like that. But even I would tell the set decorator, hey, at least steam the flags or something, man. You can't make it look that goddamn.
Well, the one there's even more so than the flags is the MG42, the machine gun, the German World War II era machine gun. How the fuck does some random dickhole have one at his house? Brandon Herrera was talking about this on Twitter yesterday or the day before. Like, he's got a knockoff 37 millimeter and an old surplus bolt gun, and then one of the most difficult guns on the planet to find and buy.
Right.
That all seems very weird.
Yes.
To be honest. So who knows?
I don't get it, and it seems very suspicious. And then, like I said earlier, 4 or 5 of these stories seem to pop up a year. It's almost like a reminder to everybody. Like, oh, hey, by the way, white supremacists is the cause for all evil and the root for all this shit. And we got to believe in it and try to figure it out here. But strange. I give this one some time. This is one of those stories. I'm like, give it some time to see how this shakes out, because this something seems off here. For sure. Now's the point in the show we get to the Drinkin' Bro of the week. You can submit at drinkinbros.com. Got a ton of great merch up there. Bro Box is available too as we speak. All of these are themed for the month. And we've had some bangers this year, dude. One of our, in my opinion, best every years for the Bro Box. And Brandon has been knocking it out of the park for us. Shout out to Brandon out there. We love you. You can also submit for Drinkin' Bro of the Week on there. But all the new T-shirts are up there, the rope hats, Hard AF merch, all that other stuff. College football season's right around the corner. All those NIL deals and those teams are up there. University of Michigan, Oregon, Ohio State's, Illinois, everything else is up on the site. So please go and check that out now and buy some of that, and then submit for Drinkin' Bro of the Week. Also, on your phone right here, guys, we got the app. Submit on the app as well for Drinkin' Bro of the Week. This is available for free on these iPhones here or Androids. Dan and I pay for it in the back end. It's a wall the same as Facebook. That way, in case our Facebook ever gets deleted again, which it did, obviously a few years ago, we want to be ahead of the curve on that. Also, we allow you to post video there and whatever you want. There is no admins over there. We don't delete anything over there, for better or worse. And it's a fucking blast. So sign up for the app. It's free, and we'll never ask you for a dime for that. All right, this one just came in right now. This Drinkin' Bro submission is from Aaron Carney of Texas. Listener since 2019. Wants to nominate Charles Clark, who is deceased. He's a loving father, brother, husband, son of a friend, and a veteran law enforcement officer. Passed away after a short battle with cancer. He was always willing to help others, including being involved with various nonprofits for first responders and military. Want to say cheers to him. Absolutely.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Shit. One more just came in here. I'll read it off. Drinkin' Bro submission. This is Jason Esker of Illinois, listener for 5 years. Says he wants to nominate a couple motherfuckers that are living.
It's us.
Like that.
Is it us? Delco, do you know?
No, I don't know this one.
Delco, you don't know shit, dude.
I don't know. It was him the other day.
He's still fucking riding high because he got it the other day. You'll never get it again. Well,
don't say that. Then you're
if this is him and Rob right now, I'm going to fucking end the show.
We'll find out. Just want to give a shout out to a couple of my homies.
Oh, fuck.
I always hate when people put like 5 people in theirs, but who gives a fuck? I retired from the Air Force on the 31st of May. Congratulations. My Drinkin' Bros go out to my dad, Mark Esker, a.k.a. The Dude. Thanks for everything. Casey Esker, you will always be my MSGT.
Master Sergeant.
Okay. Master Sergeant Esker Jr., Chief Mertz, Lorig, and McAndrews, my homies. Dustin Holton, thanks for always being there. Tell Ryan Mills he owes me a 12-pack of Hard AF. Thanks again, guys, for the awesome show. Cheers. Thank you so much, Jason. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys tuning in and day out. Go to Spotify and rate the show a 5-star. Why? The entire network sign there. The video is on there. Today's video will be on there as well. It is beautiful. It is 8K. They're not fucking with us like YouTube is. Highly recommend that first. And then head on over to iTunes and rate the show a 5-star and leave a quick review. I am tongue-tied after today. This was a crazy, crazy fucking day here.
I'm getting blown up on Twitter. Hey, we need an emergency Drinker Bros.
Like, you're getting it,
you got
friends.
It wasn't an emergency. This was a planned show. We just got lucky.
We got lucky today. Sometimes it happens. Delco will put this up ASAP here. And, we'll see you tomorrow, kids. We appreciate it, for real, man. We appreciate all the love and support. We certainly felt it when we came into the building here. Everybody stopping us for pictures and fun. And, yes, I did get a quick pump in with those guys here. It's a fucking blast. Special thank you to First Form for having us at their headquarters for the rest of the week. For D'Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.